It was at this moment that he knew.
He bucked up. Welcome. You're listening to Bucked Up with Sam Buck.
Fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you have fucked up.
Thank you, Bangs. I'm a big fan. I first heard you in P-Town. I lived on Cape Cod for a long time, so
That's right.
I was visiting Me Fucks, and he played me that like country style song you had.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I was like,
that
oh,
one is tight.
that shit is tight because you're so versatile. But that was the first one I heard.
Oh, that's a good one. That's cool. I'm glad you fuck with it for real.
Is that gonna drop anytime?
Yeah, that song is actually I think, is it the Old Town Road?
Yeah. It's Old Town.
Okay, yeah. So that one is supposed to be on the Trillmatic compilation. I believe that's supposed to drop sometime this year, but I'm unsure. But that's a Trill project.
Oh, that's dope because I love that song. And then I went back and I was listening to all your projects. And man, you have so many different styles, and all of them are better than the one. Like they're all amazing, man. You're really like one of my new favorites, and I'm happy to talk to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's cool.
You just dropped that new album with Lord. Oh, that's your first tape on Lord Mob, LaQuisha?
Yep. Yep. LaQuisha. Yep.
And that was mostly like straight bars. Like that was storytelling, like bars, less like R&B than a lot of your other stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy because before I even met Lord Mob, I planned on making an all rap project. That's why the project I dropped before this one was an all singing project, because I knew I was going to drop an all rap project. So I just wanted to get that out the way. So that's why this one was all rap. And also too, like the type of, I would say like the audience that Lord Mob brings. I'm unsure if I want to introduce them to the rap me first before they get the other me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
totally.
They can look into it right now, but like I wanted to know, like, okay, yeah, I can rap too, like, before I just start singing,
Yeah, and storytelling. I mean, you just had the video for 1.5 just dropped. That was so good, and the story on that's
Thank
crazy.
you.
And you picked crazy beats on that.
That was my first actually like storytelling song ever.
Really?
Like, yeah, and I always wanted to make one. I knew it would come to me, and it just took the right fucking situation to get me there. So yeah, I'm glad a lot of people like 1.5, because it was really like my first time ever like actually like putting a story together. I didn't think I was capable of doing it, you know what I'm saying? But it takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time.
It's a pretty personal story, that you're telling, but like, did that happen and you wrote about it right away, or was it like,
yeah, so basically like well, the beginning of the song, I was actually like, I had just got in the house from buying a bud. Like I got in the house to buy, I came from work. Somebody had sent me some beats or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. Like I'm a shower and stuff. Like, and I'm gonna go in, but then I'm looking at the weed. No, I told him I was gonna look at the weed, because when I looked at the shit before I left the crib, I'm like, yo, you sure? I went to get a quarter, and he was like, yo, you want me to do it? I told, he like, you want me to put it in one bag or two? I'm like, put it in one bag. But something told me like, nah, split it up. Put it in like, you know what I'm saying? Split it up. So he gave me the bags or whatever. I'm checking them out. I'm like, come on, man. He's not too ace. He's like, yes, it is. It's just mad dense. I'm like, okay. He didn't know I had a scale upstairs. You know what I'm saying? So I went upstairs. I put the weed on a scale and immediately seen that shit. I started smoking it while I was waiting for him. While I'm smoking and waiting for him, I heard that beat. And then so it's just like, wow, he only gave me 1.5.
Damn. And that was right there. That's That's wild. It's sometimes like that, the super personal shit. That's crazy though. And then how'd the rest of the song come together? Did you just sit on it?
So the rest of the song came together. it came together as things went on, like as things happened. The part, of course, you had to add a little extra and shit. So like I ain't pull up at his crib, but shit like that. Especially not over a little bit of bud. Nah, hell nah. But you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, so that it definitely like came to me like as I went, but like once I cut him off and stopped talking to him, I just added on, you know what I'm saying? Like so I want to continue with it.
Do you ever hear that song or reach out to you?
So the crazy thing about it is I don't think he's heard the song. He's not really like a tech savvy guy. I feel like he's a young guy, but he's not really like into like social media and shit like that. But yo, like he tried to reach back out to me like after that, like, yo, come by and get it. Like, cause I was reaching out to him like, yo, you gonna have me the money? Like you, like, where's that? You home yet? You home yet? He would never hit me back. His last message to me was like, yo, I'm so sorry, sis, blah, blah, blah. So you know how I end up getting my fucking weed back and get the whole weed? So one day I'm on an elevator, right? Now, the type of clothes I wear, if you like the type of jacket and shit, how I dress, you could tell that it's me just by looking at from seeing my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? So I'll get on an elevator and the elevator stops at his floor. He get ready to get on the elevator, but I see him do like a double take. Like he see that it's me like right here. Cause I heard his voice. I knew he was coming. I knew he was coming before he even knew I was in there because I heard his voice. So he's like, oh, you want that right now? I'm like, yeah. That's his first word. As soon as he see me, he's like, you want that right now? I'm like, yeah.
You know.
And his dude that he was with was holding the door open for him. He went, he gave me the weed, and that was it. That was my last time speaking to him.
Damn.
I see him all the fucking time. All the time. I don't say shit.
And that was the song off the album that a lot of people are fucking with. That's crazy. I thought
and
like
it's not even like, I know people be like, oh, it's only like whatever, it's not a big deal, but it's just like, I know a lot of people go through a lot of things with weed dealers and they do it all the time. It's the constant thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
I took the fall for a friend over like a pound and everything ended up working out. And then she gave me like a quarter less than I asked for. And I confronted her about it and she blocked my number. And I was like, I fucking took like,
what the fuck? Hell nah. See, that's like,
Nah, it was fuck. Yeah. So when I heard that song, I was like, I understand. I think a lot of people do feel that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of people feel that way. And a lot of people, I'm sure, but a lot of people probably feel away. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure a lot of people think that I'm talking about them, but it's one specific person, but that's totally fine because I'm glad you feel it too. You know,
so y'all live in the same building?
Same building.
Do you still live in the same building?
Same building.
You gotta just play that song just walking down the hallway.
It's
crazy. Some boss ass. That's the boss ass shit.
It's super funny.
How did you link up with Lord Mob in the up front?
So I initially linked up with them through Mike Powers. Mike Powers introduced me to Me Fucks. And then once I met Me Fucks, then I just started working with everybody. But I met Mike Powers, then I met Me Fucks, and then everyone else. So
yeah, Me Fucks speaks so highly of you, and he would kept playing your shit when I was up in P-Town, and I just kept fucking with it. But it's funny, I think he thought I was probably more of just like a rap fan, so he was playing like your rap stuff.
Oh yeah.
So then when I went back and I started hearing your other stuff, which I'm like a huge R&B fan too, like
okay,
like, this is what I really like.
Yeah, okay.
Heavy, like all your EPs, that's cool to know. Like all your EPs are so fire.
Thank you. That's really cool to know. And like those EPs that I made before Lord Mob, also it was like a situation where I didn't have anyone making my beats. Like I didn't know the producers that I was buying these beats from. You know what I'm saying? It was just these guys that I find online, but I still was able to create projects where they all go together, like, you know, cohesively, like, you know what I'm saying? Like all through YouTube and shit like that. So it was really cool to like link up with like Lord Mob and actually like, but it's crazy because I got 1.5 in MGM before I met Me Fucks them.
Tone
really? Beat. Yeah. I met Tone Beats and AP first.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike Powers, he introduced me to all of them.
That's
Like,
wild. Yeah.
Because I reached out to him, you know what I'm saying? Because you know how you say, like, my music is like a lot of, I do a lot of things. And that's what he asked me, like, why is it like all over the place like that? And I just told him, like, well, I don't work with one person consistently. But I actually kind of like it that way. Like now that
Yeah,
I
I
hear
don't
like
think
how
it's all
everything
over the
come
place.
together.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't see it as all over the place. And you had M80 do a lot of your albums before that too.
Yeah. And
So he
Baby's
gave
my
like,
guy.
there was like a cohesiveness to that. Like you had somebody, but all those beats you just found on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah. YouTube and SoundClick.
So when you met
Sound
Me Fucks, did you guys sonically just click? Like, or where did you
um
meet him?
So we met initially like over the phone first, and then we met for the first time again in November. It was his birthday, actually, November 11th. Yep, that's the first time I had met them. I met them at the studio. Yeah, and like he sends me beats sometimes, but me, honestly, I'm kind of a picky person when it comes to beats. Like,
Yeah.
so like me and Me Fucks, like we've got we have a few songs together, but the one song that we have together where he actually like made the beat for me, it's not out yet or anything, but I could definitely rock with Me Fucks beats like heavy. Like I like how like his smoothness is, like the samples that he uses and like how he flips the samples, like it's like super fire.
But it is
Super
different
fire.
than it is different than your other sounds. Like I would say your
Yeah.
newest album is the Lord Mob album fits the most with it. But I
Yeah.
mean you rap a little bit on your first Lula, you rap on that too. That's like a good
Oh
mix.
yeah, Lula,
That's
I
like
rap a lot.
a
Yeah.
mix of both, but that's a good amount of
Yeah.
rapping.
Yeah. On this project I worked a lot with Sound Lord. Sound Lord, like we literally like worked our asses off on like mad at them tracks. Like we worked on well, he had Time Slow there when I first came. He had that beat made for me. Yo, Sound Lord is like absolutely like it's just crazy how we fucking did it. Like he because like I said, like it's hard for me to find beats. Like I could be a picky person, but he tell me like send me what you like. He'll take something that I like and like I can't even fucking explain it. Like, and that's what happened with Time Slow. You know what I'm saying? Like he
Yeah.
sent me that beat and I'm like, yeah, this is it. Like that was the first song I did when I got there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Up in P-Town?
Actually this was in Boston. This was in Boston, the city of Boston.
Okay.
I actually don't have any records on this project that I actually did out in P-Town. Most of them are unreleased still.
Oh wow. Had you ever been to Mass of the Cape before that?
Nope. Never
P-Town's a
been.
weird ass place to record a rap album. Like when I heard that everyone was out there, because I'm originally from like 30 minutes away from there. I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
oh, they're recording at P-Town? What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, it was tight. It was a cool experience. It was really cool. I wrote most of my shit in the cold because I like to smoke weed and write. So it's just like, hey, you can't smoke inside, so you gotta fucking sit outside by the water. The water right there, I froze my ass off. But it was fun. Like I missed it a little bit.
It was, yeah, because when we were smoking, because I actually never met Sound Lord. He was there, but I didn't meet him. I was out there, and that's where I met Trill and Me
Oh,
Fucks
okay.
Out Traumatic. And we did, I mean, I don't know, Me Fucks did mushrooms for the first time. We did mushrooms all together out there.
Mm-hmm.
And we were smoking on the porch because we couldn't smoke inside. And this fox came up to us, like while we were standing there, while we were tripping. And it was the craziest experience. But
yeah, I heard of foxes out there. I don't play them games. Hell no.
So you recorded a bunch. Did you record your track off of the Lord Mob compilation tape out there?
Yep. I recorded that track out there. Yeah, that's on the only track that's really out that I recorded out there was that
Lord Mob has so much unreleased music. You guys all have, like, I was talking to G4, he has like 12 albums that
Yo, G4 got mad music, like no cap. Like, it's fucking crazy. Like, no lie. He got mad shit. He's
And he
always
releases
working.
a good amount too, but he still
Hmm.
sits on so much.
Yeah, G4 got some shit in his stash for sure.
You just released that album, but are you working on another project?
Yeah, and I'm actually dropping a couple singles this summer. Um, I'm not gonna drop a single this month because I feel like it's still a little too soon. I'm gonna just let the album rock out a little bit. I got the time scope video coming up really, really soon. I don't think it's this week, but probably be done by next week sometime.
Okay.
I'm dropping some merch this month. Then I'm gonna drop my first single. I'm gonna drop July 2nd, and I'm working on a project that I plan on dropping in September. And I'm gonna do another project called Only Crying Because I'm Drunk Again, like the last one.
Oh yeah.
But it's gonna be the second one. Yeah. And I'm gonna drop it like the same time in December.
That's awesome. The one that you're dropping July 2nd, what style is that gonna be?
It's rap, but it's like damn, I can't even explain it. It got a singer on it though. My homeboy will be.
Okay,
I'm not
you're not
singing on it,
singing
but
on.
he is. But he is, yeah. But it's fire. It's called No Fool.
Okay, I can't wait to check that out.
Yeah, it's tight. It's tight.
Is this your first? Because you're from Rochester originally,
Mhm.
which has
Yep.
like a huge rap scene.
Yeah.
I was just out in Buffalo literally like 2 days ago, and I was talking, to people from the Rochester scene and the Buffalo scene. It's crazy how many rappers are out there. But was Lord
Yeah.
Mob your first like group that you were a part of?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Except for like me and my homeboys and my brothers when we was little.
Yeah. But that was your
But
first like.
yeah, it's my first group like being a part of. So
Is it tough to get like noticed in the city of Rochester?
I feel like at first it was like maybe yeah, but like I don't know. It is hard to get noticed, but I also do feel like people pick and choose who they want to pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure it's like that with a lot of artists in a lot of places. Like, you go to a lot of places and it's like the people that's popping, like, they are right, but the people that don't really know, they really like, you know what I'm saying? Like doing their thing for real. So I mean, I guess it's hard, but I feel like it's what comes with it, you know?
Yeah. How long have you been rapping?
Since I was about 8, 9, and my mom started putting me in the studio while I was around like 9, 10 years old.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ask her? Was she like pushing you to make music?
Oh, I asked her because she knew I like rap. She see me rapping and stuff like that. Like my mom literally supports everything I do. Like anything I ever did, my mom always fucking supported me. Like, yeah, like she's super fucking cool. Like she seen that I like to draw. Okay, she got me an easel. She seen that I like to rap. Okay.
So you're in the studio at 9 years old. Wow. Are you rapping or are you singing or are you doing both?
Rapping. It's crazy because like I used to like, sing a lot when I was younger, sing all the time. But then I just started rapping. I started rapping and then I didn't start really singing again until like I felt like I could like hold a note, but like during like when I was a teenager, I never really considered myself a singer really. Probably until I was like 18, 19, that's when I'm like, okay, I'm a singer. And the reason why I did that is because I got tired of bitches not showing up to the studio session when they're supposed to sing something for me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm about to sing this shit myself.
Were you good? Like, were you sing? Like, you have an amazing voice and a very unique one. Like, was that right off the bat, or were you like practicing it, or like, if you just start that up?
It took time to get my tone. It took time to get my tone because I know even like I know my voice has changed. Like as I get older, like I can hear that shit myself, like especially from my older music, because I've been doing it for a really long time. So I hear it, like, I hear the changes and like, I always like, I tell people ask me who I listen to a lot. Like I usually listen to myself a lot. And it's like, I I'm listening to it because I enjoy it, but I'm also critiquing myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if I'm fucking with this, I want to make something hotter than this. You know what I'm saying? So, that's how I kicked it off with the singing and stuff like that. But
so you were rapping for 10 years. Were you consistent from like 9 to 19? Did you take breaks or?
so I'll say from like 9 to like 13, I was like heavy on it, like mad shows around Rochester. Like it's fucking crazy. I used to have a list of all the shows that I did in Rochester. It was crazy. And I was like only 15 at the time, and I did like 50 shows in Rochester. It's like,
Wow.
and it's not even like major things. It's just like little local things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Were you
and I
allowed
was
at
a
the clubs
kid
or
too.
anything?
No, that's the thing. Like I was a kid too. So it's like I wouldn't be able to do it, but I could do like little community events and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing major, but it's something, you know, like kids are gonna remember me, they're gonna see me, you know. Yeah, and practice too. Because that mean I could go up there and like, you know, do it anywhere, whenever, since I'm already doing that for a lot. But I did that. But then school, man, once I got to middle school and shit, yeah, I just became a different person, you know. But people knew I rapped and shit like that. So it's like I never really stopped, but it wasn't like no me getting in a booth type situation.
Yeah.
Until I got like till I settled down and was in like the 10th, 11th grade or whatever. And that's when I started getting back into it. Yeah, even
So
for
from
fucking
middle school to 10th grade, you said settled down. You were going hard.
Yeah, man. I was really like LaQuisha, real fucking story, man.
And that's young.
LaQuisha was a bitch.
But that's mad young, you know? What made you settle down settling down in 10th grade is like that's like, you know what I mean? Like that.
Honestly, my mom started working at my school. Yeah. She's a TA. But it was she never taught, she wasn't in like main classes, she did like special education. You know what I'm saying? But people still knew my mom.
Right.
You know
So
what
you
I'm
can't
saying?
be wilding out while she's
I can't be wild. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it was a plus.
Yeah. And then did you focus, like once you said, did you focus back on music?
So I kind of did, but I was still in high school, and honestly, like I would work on like little things, you know, because it was never really like there was no internet around at the time, or like people really around me doing music. So I don't really know how to push it or like what to do with music at this time. You know what I'm saying? So I would record little things in school because I went to a imaging and information technology school. So one of my core classes was like media. So we had like a studio and shit like that, and I record and stuff like that. Like when I ran for prom queen in my 12th grade year, I handed out mixtapes as like, you know, like
really?
vote for me. Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
So I was still doing it a little bit like in like the 12th grade, but you know, I was in high school, and you know.
What were you listening to at that point?
A lot of Nicki Minaj, a lot of Lil Wayne, a lot of mixtapes.
Yeah.
A lot of mixtapes.
Like the Dat Piff live mixtapes era.
Yeah.
I would just go back and forth trying to figure out who's the newest artist that I wanted to listen to, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Like those are definitely like good times. And my brother's dad is from Brownsville, Brooklyn. So he always like come to the city and get like mixtapes and shit like that. So, you know, that's my type of thing. Like I really like people that rap and stuff like that. But I was still into the R&B thing too back then, like Pretty Ricky and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I like Lil Wayne, but I also like Pretty Ricky. So
were you keeping it on the down low, like the R&B, the singing, or were you like?
Yeah, because at that time I wasn't really singing until I like graduated high school. I graduated when I was like 17, so I was still like a little like young, you know.
Yeah.
But when I went to college, I fucking said, fuck this shit. Like, this shit is, I don't want to do this shit. And then so I started going to the studio. Yeah, so it was like a couple years later actually. So I had to be like 19 at the time where I started like doing like the singing shit for real. I was in plays and stuff like that before, you know what I'm saying? Like singing in plays, but never like on my own songs.
That makes sense though, because you do like the not the theatrics, but the art behind it. Like whether you do not the little skits, but like your artwork that you pick, it is very theatrical. It's not just like even your the album cover that you have for Only Crying Because I'm Drunk. It's just like very theatrical. You're not just like fucking around.
Yeah, I like doing things like that. Like I don't know. I be telling people like I can't make a project unless I have a name for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how I know when it's time. When I can like say something and the shit like man, the image pops up into my head. Like that's when I know like okay, yeah, it's time for this shit. Like
Do
so
you
a lot
try
of
to
my
like
things.
paint a picture like a story in time when you make an album?
No, but I actually do that with my like my videos. I storyboard them out so I can like see everything before, you know, it's
Yeah.
done. But like not with my not with my projects. No.
Because you have Lula and you have LaQuisha, which are like those are your two albums out.
Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah.
And then those are kind of like I feel like more story pieces than like your EPs, which are more like I mean they're story, but it's a different feel to them.
Yeah. Huh. That's interesting. Oh, you know what? But that is true. There are stories behind them though. It
Yeah.
really is. Like, so Lula is basically that's my great grandmother's name. And Lula was wild too when she was younger. And basically like those mugshots and everything, like it's everything that has to do with like her story. I don't know if anybody like really like pays attention to the cover art, but the cover art, each mugshot is from a different time period. So we got the 1990s, like the 1970s, where I got the black and white shit with the.
Yeah.
So basically, like,
Let's see.
yeah, that is like the story. It's like the story, like of my great grandmother.
What was she doing? What's her story? I've
So my
listened to
great
the album, but
grandmother,
I want to hear like I want to hear it.
yeah. My great grandmother is from damn, where she? I don't want to say where she's from because I mean, even because she's still
I understand.
alive.
Okay, I understand.
She's still alive. She was born in 1923, so she up there.
Oh wow, she's old.
Yeah, she's like 98. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
congratulations to her.
Thank you. Thank you for real though, right? I'm like, oh, goals for real.
For real.
But yeah, like she was like really like aggressive, I would say, when she was younger. I would hear all these my grandmother would tell me these stories about her and like how they ended up in Rochester. She was on the run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She a lot of crimes were done towards men, though, which was the coolest part about it all. I mean, I'm not saying hurt men, but
no,
the fact
but
that they was out here fucking wilding.
I understand. Grandma wilded out. That's the best.
Yeah. So basically that's like the whole thing. Like it's based off of my great grandmother and like the shit that she's done
Did you mean
her
to make your
time.
next album like that's your time? Like that's named after her, and then LaQuisha, like that's your time?
No. It just honestly, it just really came to me. It just, I don't know. The reason why I called it that because I also like I cannot stand my name. Like, I couldn't stand my first name. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just society made me hate it.
Yeah.
Basically, that's how I feel. Society made me hate it, and then my father made me, and we don't really have a relationship like that. So it's kind of like, well, why the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't know. It's mad weird shit. But it took a while for me to like embrace it. Like when I first moved to New York City, it took me 3 months to get a job. The way I started getting callbacks, I chopped my name down to just put Quee on it. And then that's when they started calling me back and shit.
Oh,
a lot of my jobs never really knew my real name until I had to fill out my like my tax forms and shit like that. And it's like that shit is whack. Like that shit is suck. And you know, people be like, oh, that's a ghetto name, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just about to fucking put it out there to get that shit off my chest, out of the way. Yeah, that's my name. whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let's get
And
this
it
done
works
right now.
Yeah, and it works now, and that's a great project to be named after that because it's it's the real thing. It's not like
Yeah.
something fake. When do you come up with bangs?
So I came up with Bang Zang in like 2016, 17, I believe. Damn, whichever year that project Not Available came out, that's the year I came up with it, or the year before that, like 2000. I think it's 2015. Yeah,
What were you going by before that?
just Quee. Yeah, just Quee.
And then what made you what made you get the name? I mean, like, did you change
Yeah.
your like I
Oh,
know,
so what happened? So what happened with my name is like I used to the reason why I moved to New York City is I got signed to like this independent label.
Mhm.
But this was back in like 2013 and shit like that. Like they didn't really know what the fuck they was doing. Neither did I. But like I'm from Rochester. Don't nobody be reaching out to nobody to sign them and move them to New York City. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mhm.
So I did that. I guess the contract that I signed, my name was all over that shit. Like the name that I went by, like I used to put like Yo Kui or whatever. And they told me like, the person read the contract back to me, like they went over it. They was like, oh, they own that name or whatever the fuck. But they told me that I should change it anyways. You know what I'm saying? And I always felt like I needed a name too. I just didn't know what, because names can be like, some people names got some people names be stupid as fuck. Some people names be the same. It's just a lot. And it's just
And you
like,
had a problem with your own name anyway, so that's probably plays into it too.
right. Right. But I would just literally just going by Quee. And another problem I had with going by Quee is like I will Google Quee and like a liquor will pop up, a band will pop up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like shit, even though that's my name, that should belong to somebody else already anyways. So I ended up coming up with the name Bangs. It was about to be a lot of different weird shit.
What were you what other names were you thinking about?
So I didn't have any, but a couple people told me to put like King Quee. Like King Quee. No. I'm so happy I do that shit.
Yeah, that was
now that I think about it.
Imagine you'd be a different person.
Yo, like what the fuck? That's the weird ass fucking shit.
Did you always have bangs though? Like, has that been your like?
Yeah,
Yeah.
This shit is easy.
Do you ever feel like you like are stuck in that hairstyle now?
Now I feel like that. At first I didn't feel like that because I'm like, yeah, it's whatever. Like I could change it, but it's like now that it's my name. Yo, my lighter is fucking. I don't think my lighter is working.
Oh damn! I was like, I feel bad that you feel like you can't smoke or something. You can smoke on this.
Nah, yeah, my fucking lighter is done. This shit is whack as fuck, and I don't got no extras. But
sorry,
yeah,
so you feel like you're stuck in your hair.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm stuck in my hair now, like because like my name, you know what I'm saying? People are just now starting to get to know me, so I got to keep it. But it's fine because it's easy. You know what I'm saying? I just throw on a fucking hat, do whatever.
Like, what other style do you want? Like, you can't like you could do like a spin-off album called like Mullet or some shit.
You said mullet.
I was like, oh shit, she didn't reply. I hope it did.
No, I don't. You know what I told people, like, people want to know I'm rich when I get a wig. I'm gonna get a nice fucking long ass wig. That shit gonna be long as fuck for no reason. Like, just because I'm rich.
Just to ball out. Just get a bunch of.
Right. Just because I'm fucking rich. For real.
What's your next project called? The one you're dropping in September?
Skyline from the Pink Houses.
Okay, is that going to be an album, a tape, or an EP?
It's gonna be an album. Yeah, I think it's gonna be an album. I don't know. It depends.
What's your the theme on that one?
I want it to be like some New York shit. Like I feel like a lot of my stuff like I put out it's my experiences everywhere. But like this is gonna be like my real like New York project, like you know what I'm saying, like, Because I've been living in New York for like what? It's about to be 8 years. I've been living in New York.
Ever
Yeah, so
since
I've been
that
here
contract deal?
yeah. So I've been living here for a really long time. So I never really like talk about it, or like I don't really have no videos here or anything. Like, so this whole project about to be based around it, like the videos, like the artwork and every fucking thing. I already got the artwork in my head. I see it right now talking to you.
Yeah, what is it? Say it. What do you
It's a
think?
secret. I'll tell you when we're done.
All right. Yeah. No. You said that you painted when you were younger. Do you still make art? Like, do you still draw or paint or make art in any way?
Yeah. You want to see one?
Yeah, I'd love to.
1 second.
Is that one behind you? Did you do that one? Not the Superfly, but the other one.
Yeah, I hate that one though.
Really? I was looking at that thinking I liked it the whole time.
Yeah. So I got some shit like I draw like cartoonish type shit. So I got shit like this.
Oh, I love that.
Thank
I love
you.
your style. That I wouldn't expect that, but that's dope. Damn, I love those. Would you ever do your like own art? I'm loving all. What does that one say?
It say fuck you, but it's like fuck you balloons.
I really like that one. It's funny because that's not what I expected from your art. I mean, it's amazing, but it isn't. Would you ever do your own artwork, like for an album?
Well, actually, so the images that I use for the for my cover art, the guy, he just takes the picture for me. Everything, I do that myself.
Oh, like the idea behind like you putting them together.
Yeah, like so he takes the picture for me. I put it on a computer and I do it. Like I do all the editing and stuff like that. So I do technically do my own cover art. I just never shout myself out because it's like, nah. Just shout out to the photographer. Like,
no, do you have one photographer that you work with?
Yeah, for all my cover art. Shamar Brown.
I love your album art. Like I love all your EP covers, all that.
Thank you. Yeah, he do them all. And it's crazy because like I also like using him. Like a lot of people don't know, but he uses like a regular film camera, like a regular like camera that you got to take the film into, like that. Yeah. Like so every shot we get, it got to be a perfect shot. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. How do you guys link up?
I was seeing his pictures all the time on like Facebook. And I just hit him up one day and like, yo, hey, you could take these like pictures for me because it's the type of feel that I wanted to go for. It's for the Brown Girls and Bubble Coats was the first cover art that we did together.
Okay.
I did the first two myself.
The Seven Dutches in a Suite and the I forget.
Seven Dutches, and the other one is like not available.
Yeah, not available. That was
Yeah, and I want that one to be like not available. I'm just saying.
Why? That's not a bad one. I was listening.
I know, but still, I don't.
I have to find. There's one track off of that I really liked.
It's a cool. It's you know what it is. It's just like that was my. It was more. It's not as put together as the rest of everything else is.
Yeah, was that your first project that you had put out?
It was like my first project I put on streaming. Like I put out projects before and like sold them, you know what I'm saying? Like me and my mom ride around town, sell them out her trunk and shit like that. So
real supportive mom.
Yeah, my mom be holding me down. She renting a car for me right now for a video shoot.
Wow.
Yeah, she fired. But damn, I forgot what the fuck I was saying.
You were saying not available being your first project.
Oh yeah, not available. Yeah. So that was like my first project that I put out, like as for like streaming and stuff like that. So
when did you sign to Lord Mob? Be asked to join Lord Mob? When did that happen?
When I was out in Cape Cod.
Oh wow! So you were just going out there to record, or did you know?
Yeah, just to work with them. Yeah, Cause they cool, like they all mad cool and shit like that. So I was like, hell yeah, like let's work on some fucking music, like hell yeah.
And they asked you,
what you gonna say?
No, what were you saying? Sorry.
Oh yeah, like I said, like I never really like work with people on music like that. So it's cool, like, for someone to ask me to like come out and work with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh hell yeah, on the way.
And then they asked you to sign, and that's pretty awesome because there's so many great artists signed to it. Like you had Ito on your album. There's G4. There's Vic Spencer. There's Fleetwood. There's so many.
TF.
Shout out TF. Yeah. Shout out the producers, Me Fucks, Ghost Dave.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sound Lord. Definitely.
Did you know any of them? Like, did you know any of their music beforehand, like Flea Lord or anything?
I've heard of Flea Lord's music through Mike Powers, because I watch his interviews. So I knew of him through there or whatnot. But then I didn't really start listening to their stuff until I met them, like, honestly.
Were you listening to like any of the Rochester Buffalo stuff at all?
No.
It's not your really. That's what I was wondering, because you don't really match with it. That's not what I see you really listening
It's not
to.
my thing. Like, if I do, like, honestly, like, I was listening to like Riggs and like Times and shit like that, Mav, Mooch, because I know them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know them and shit. So yeah, like, of course, like, I'm a bump they shit like that, but I wasn't really like looking into like the underground, because like when I did, I don't know anybody specific. It's not really my thing. I'm not really into it like that. You know what I'm saying? But I was honestly into the music that Me Fucks made. You know what I'm saying? Like the type of shit that like, I really like the type of beats that Flea picks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
Pray for Evil 1 and 2 are both such amazing projects.
Fire, like straight up fucking fire. I'm like, oh wow, like, yeah, these guys are like tight, And they beats, it wasn't like no regular shit, like, the same shit over and over and over and over and over fucking again. I can't stand it.
And you can be like the secret weapon, because you're completely, I mean, there's a lot of different styles on it, but you're so versatile that you can put out a Lord Mob style album. And then you said you're going to do Crying Because I'm Drunk Again. Like, that's going to be probably R&B,
Yeah. And that one's going to be even better, because even that project I was still using like beats from like producers that I didn't know at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So with this one, like, I plan on having it like everything, like I want to do the beats myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to sit down with like Sound Lord and us just like come up with shit.
Yeah. Who do you have like producers or artists you want to work with?
Not at the moment.
Whatever comes natural. Whatever comes natural.
Yeah. Because it's not like like whatever. Yeah, like you said, like whatever comes natural. And if there's anybody that I wanted to do songs with, like from Lore Mob, well, I've done them with them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's nobody really comes to mind. Dang. Yep. Nope.
I would love to hear you work with a rapper, a Big Mont out in New York. He's amazing, and I feel like your styles would really match well together.
Oh, for real?
He's a great artist. Yeah, I worked with like Travis McCoy and Pharrell and stuff. Really dope.
Oh, that's cool.
How did your mom react when they asked you to sign? You said your mom's your big supporter. Was she like?
No, she was happy for me. My mom, I feel like the things that happen for me, like, she be excited and happy, but I don't think she be like really surprised much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, she believes in you.
Mm-hmm, like she definitely does. It's so funny. I was on my Facebook stories this morning, and she was up mad early listening to Time Slow. She had it like in her story, like.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, because she see what I be doing. Like, she see how hard I work. She see how hard I go for it, and like how I be putting all the shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like, she sees it, so she down for anything. You know what I'm saying? She just tell me to make sure that I'll be careful. You know what I'm saying? So I won't be in a last, like how I was in the last situation, but I know that's not going to be a thing, because the last situation, those guys, they was fucking weird, man.
Yeah, what happened with that? Like, I've had people talk about their fucked up situations with signing and shit. And it's
Yeah,
always some
like
crazy shit.
it's crazy because I met these guys through, Mixtape Kings. You remember that?
Yeah.
So I was on a Mixtape Kings project. And one of the guys, he was a producer on a project. He had one of his artists on there, and they heard me on it, and he wanted me to collab. So I came out to New York, and I worked with them for a little bit. Then I left, and then like a couple months later, they flew me back. I worked on some songs. I didn't think I was gonna be signed to them or no shit like that. I just thought like these were just some cool dudes that I met. We were just working on some music. I stayed for like a week. We worked on mad songs. They sent me a contract. I signed that shit. I ended up moving. And so how it ended was apparently we went over the budget, but I'm like, well, how are we going over a budget if what the fuck is happening? The only thing I'm in a studio all the fucking time with you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It was like a main guy, and it was like a main guy, and then it was the producer who was also like a co-owner or whatever the fuck, I guess. And he's the one who had the money. You know what I'm saying? You the
Yeah.
one sitting in here with the money. What the fuck? I don't touch that shit. And I felt like at that point, no cap, I felt like I was like stressing, like low-key starving because I didn't have a job, I would eat when I go to the studio, but it's not like we sitting in there eating all day. Like we'll eat
Right.
breakfast, you know what I'm saying, lunch or whatever, but it's not, and it's not like I'm going to the studio every day of the fucking week either,
Yeah.
So that situation happened. Like I ended up still being cool with the dude, but he got weird. Like they was on some weird ass shit, man. Like super weird, trying to get me to pay money for rent that they moved me in. Like you moved me here. Why you asking me for rent, bro?
Yeah.
And it's crazy because the artist who he was working with initially, he stopped talking to him too, but he ended up getting cool with him again. That's why I got cool with him again also. But he ended up not getting cool with him because he's asking him about some money too. So it was just like a lot of that, you know what I'm saying? And I hate being in situations where there's fun of money. I want to do it when somebody like really love it. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I could give a fuck about like none of that shit. I don't care about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So
that must have tainted your like not the industry, but the whole like the music game for you after that happened.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, people are weird.
You stuck it. I mean, you stuck it out.
Yeah, hell yeah, I'm still here. What's so crazy is I was only there for like maybe not even a year at that time when the shit had ended. So I still fucking stayed. Like I still end up staying
Yeah,
here.
and you're
So
still in New York. That's wild. So
yeah.
when did you get your like first recognition after that? What project?
I had dropped a singing song called Crush on You in like 2015. And it got put on like Hip Hop DX or whatever. Like that was pretty cool, like for the time, back then.
That is dope. That is dope. I remember looking at all those.
Yeah. That was pretty cool. But then other than that, nah, not really.
And then how did you and Mike link up then?
So I have a friend named Peter, and I was having a conversation with him one day, and he's telling me like, "Yo, you should reach out to Mike Powers for an interview." I'm like, "Nah, I don't reach out to Mike Powers. He don't fucking know me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not gonna fucking talk to me. Like, he's obviously like this is how I felt. Like, I felt like, yo, he's obviously like into rappers who are like somebody to in the underground. You know what I'm saying? But one day Mike Powers was live, and I like commented under his thing, like, I like your background or some shit like that. Cause at that point I've been watching him for a while. So I see the progress that he's made, and he had got like a fucking background now. So I'm like, oh shit, like I like your background. And so he was like, he was on live. He was like, oh shit, it's her. And I'm like, what he talking about me? And he knew who I was. And he was like, inbox me a number, whatever, so we can have a conversation, whatever. And then that's how that happened.
That's crazy how it worked out like that. And look now.
Yeah, right. And I just met Mike like a couple weeks ago for the first time.
Oh,
in
really?
person.
In person? That's
Me and me fucks met her for the first time.
it's so wild how that shit happens, you know? Like I know so many people only through Zoom during this quarantine now. Like when
Yeah.
I pulled up to P Town and met me fucks and Trill for the first time, I was like, oh shit, I like know you guys, but I've never like met you.
Right.
You know? Are you gonna
Yeah,
be
it is strange.
Are you gonna be doing any shows or hitting tours or now that the world's opening back up?
I have no idea.
You said you did a lot of shows when you were younger.
Yeah, I did a lot of shows when I was younger. And what's so crazy is like before the pandemic, I was actually like really just getting back into the groove of like really like having music out there and people really want to see me. Like people like booking me for shit like that, you know? So it kind of sucked that the shit like it happened that way, but hey, whatever. Everything happens for a reason. So I mean, hey, I'm open for bookings. Hello, guys.
So when you were younger, you were performing and rapping on stage. Did you do a lot of like live singing shows?
You know what? I've never sung live. Only when I was in plays. Yeah, I'm just so fucking nervous.
You're nervous you're good. Are you gonna do it? Like when you go on show, are you gonna do it or are you picking like your rap song?
I feel like I want to do it. I want to do it. It got to be the right songs to perform.
You have such a good voice, though. Like,
thank you. And I be practicing performing like sometimes when I go to my homeboy studio in Rochester because he has like a performance space.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he got the live mic setups and shit like that, so I can hear myself. Like so I sound good, but I just be so nervous because it's like, oh my gosh, what if I fuck up?
People are gonna be singing with you.
And a lot of the times I never really did like singing at any shows that I've done because they will be all rap shows. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I never really got that time to like go out there and like practice and do that shit. You know what I'm saying? You could mess up a rap, but if you mess up on singing, I'll never hear the end of it.
But that's crazy that you've never done it, like you've never sang on stage before because you have so much music out. That's great, like singing.
Yeah, I never sang on stage before, just straight up rapping.
Do you like want to continue singing like you said you have, or do you want to go down the rap route, or do you like the kind of walking in between?
Well, you know what's so crazy is it's like I feel like I'm a rapper. I just like to sing sometimes.
Yeah, no, I totally get, yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. That's probably why I never really thought about performing it because it's just like, oh, here goes a singing song that I made. Hope you like it, type shit. Because
that's
really
wild. Because I send your singing songs to friends more, like because I know I have a lot of friends who listen to R&B, and they all are like, shit, we need more of this stuff.
Yeah,
it's really funny because like
what's crazy is my brother. He told me that his friend's boyfriend had said that I need to put up I need singing videos. He's like, I got a lot of rap videos. I'm like, I never thought about that because nothing ever comes to my head for these fucking singing videos. Never.
Yeah. Well, you got a good team now. You got stars, right? Isn't he are you going to be in that comedy?
Oh, I'm supposed to be. Stars is crazy.
Yeah, have him do one of your videos because for real, don't stop rapping, but don't stop the other shit too. I'd love to see those videos too.
Yeah, I'm gonna think of something for a singing video. I don't know if you ever heard my song "Take Care."
Yeah,
it's off the Lula project. I want to do a video for that this summer. Just to like have something to put out. Like, I don't think I need a concept for that shit. Just some alcohol.
What's your drink of choice?
So honestly, I don't really like drinking like that. And if I do, it's like champagne.
All right.
But I do like
did you used to be a drinker?
Yeah, I used to drink a lot before I broke my leg, and it is just weed. But I used to drink like dark alcohol. If I do drink, it's like dark or like I said, like champagne. Like if you see me like at my video shoot, I'm always drinking fucking champagne because I want to feel lit, but I don't want to feel sick lit. So I'm gonna just down this whole fucking bottle.
What
it's
happened
the
with your leg?
Drunk. I broke it when I was in fucking South by Southwest in Texas.
Damn, when?
This was like 2018.
What happened?
So they said I was dehydrated, I guess. I went to a fucking, this story is so fucking crazy. I went to a panel discussion because the people that I was with, one of the girls, she was on this panel. She was on a panel with Talib Kweli, and like some other people like in the industry or whatever. Mm-hmm. So we walk over there and everything is fine. I'm inside. Like I felt like I like wanted to go to the bathroom, but I'm like, the shit just looked like too far to go to. So I'm just like gonna fucking stand here. Like my friend asked me if I wanted to sit down. I said I'm okay because I absolutely felt fine. Next thing you know, I just fucking hear somebody like, what, like, are you okay? Like, can you hear me? Like, are you okay? And I'm like, wait, I open my eyes like, what the fuck? Like, yo, like, what the fuck just happened? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess I fell down. So when I wake up, like I'm on my left side, but then I try to get up. My fucking right foot, I can't fucking, I'm like, nah, like, yo, this shit like hurt, like I fucking like can't. And you know, the craziest thing about this thing too, like not only was fucking Talib Kweli there, fucking DJ Enough was like the guy telling me like, yo, lay down, like, yo, stay laying down, like, yeah, keep your head. Yeah, that was my first time meeting him like that.
Have you ever met him since then?
I never met him. So
again. That was like during the whole panel thing.
Yeah, they stopped
the whole shit. Damn.
Yeah, Talib Kweli looking at me. First of all, he was talking too fucking much anyway. That's probably why I fainted. He was fucking
he always talks.
Making my mind spin. I'm like, oh fuck, stop. All these fucking words. Yo, no cap. Like, damn. So that's the last thing I remember, though. His ass.
Is he the one that knocked you out? He made you black out?
It was him. Yo, but yeah, like that shit.
I know what rapper wild. You're not going to be working with.
And that's fine. You see what he do to people? No, but that was a wild ass experience. But yeah, like, so I didn't know my leg was broken. Like, they had to call the ambulance, and like they took my shoe off or whatever. And it's like when they lifted me up, when they was trying to lift me up, it's like I swear to God, I could feel my bones just like fucking just like it was just like fucking ridiculous. They told me that shit was like 1 centimeter away from like my bone from going down my skin. And it's crazy because I fell on my left side, but I broke my right leg.
Damn. Are you like fully healed? Like, are you? This
shit still hurt like fucking crazy because I had to get surgery and everything. So now I got like a rod and like screws. I got like this fucking plate like in my foot. Like I broke my shit bad just from fucking falling down.
Damn,
like,
that's
man. That shit was wild. But they said I was dehydrated,
and that's why you passed out. That happened I passed out at a Boss show.
Really?
You know, like the J. Cole artist? Yeah. I was dehydrated. I passed out and they wouldn't give me water because I forgot my wallet. And they were like, if you can't buy a bottle of water, and I just passed out. Didn't break my leg though.
Wow.
Didn't break my leg.
That is people would get on my fucking nerves.
For real.
And it's like, damn, I was thinking like, damn, I'm usually the type of person that drink water all the time, but there was so much shit like happening that week that I'm like, you know what? I was off of it. I remember I was thinking about it like, damn, I probably only had a fucking soda. That morning, we got fucking kicked out of our hotel room because I guess the person who booked the rooms didn't like, she was supposed to extend the stay or something like that. And she didn't. So we got kicked out of our hotel room. It was just a fucking horrible time. Like, oh, I'm like, I'm never going back again. Unless I know I got a show for real.
Yeah, if you were asked to perform at South by Southwest.
And it's like I was supposed to perform there.
Only
but that
thing there though.
That's maybe. I got some shit. It was supposed to be a singing song on LaQuisha, but I took it off at the last minute.
Real? No, you better send me that song. I want to hear that.
I can send it to you. It's
All right.
fire though.
I want to
It's
hear
really
that.
fire.
Would you ever do like a deluxe? I know everyone, like, would you add it back? Like do a deluxe with more or put it on another project, or is that sealed in the vaults forever?
No, I want to put that out as a single.
Okay.
Yeah, because it got its own little thing too. That's why I'm like, because it was a lot of people's first time listening to me, so I don't want to throw them off yet.
Yeah.
They're gonna get thrown off.
No, but that's it is. I liked listening to that project after hearing all your other stuff because it shows the versatility in your style and that you can kind of match with whoever you're going to work with in the future.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on. This was awesome. And hopefully, I know we have a lot of mutual friends, so we'll probably meet sometime in the future.
Yeah,
if you do a show, I'm going to pop out. I'll definitely be in New York.
Yeah, for sure.
What's your social media and stuff for people listening?
You can follow me on Instagram at Bvngs. Everything at Bvngs. Wait, no. Twitter is at Bvngs, so BVNGSY.
Okay. When is your merch drop? And you said you have a merch drop coming.
Yeah, so my merch, I plan on dropping it by June 20th.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, everyone go check fire. That out. Thank you so much for your time and coming on.
Thank you so much.
Of course.